The air was saturated with the smell of smoke as the Russian military column rumbled through the countryside. The beginning of a special military operation, a field of destruction, where lay scattered and broken remnants of what was once a proud line of armored vehicles. Russian soldiers were sent to this corner of the country. Witness the aftermath of the battle. Everywhere they looked, they saw the twisted metal hulls of tanks and armored personnel carriers. They were abandoned by crews. The Ukrainian forces were defeated and forced to retreat, abandoning equipment. The roar of the Russian tank column echoes through the Kiev region. A long and tedious journey, but now the column is finally approaching its destination. When the tanks passed through small villages, the locals stopped their business and watched in awe. Many of them saw Russian tanks for the first time in their lives. It was a reminder of the times when the Soviet Union controlled the region. The tank column stopped not far from the city, and the commanders gathered for a meeting. After several tense moments, the order was given to move forward. The locals can't believe themselves. The Russian world has come. The Russian tank column is moving on, liberating the Ukrainian regime from the Nazis. The crews of the operational and tactical aviation of the Russian aerospace forces are conducting a special military operation in the heart of a hostile country. The task is to provide air support to the ground forces that carried out an important mission to achieve a strategic goal. The VKS crews were informed in detail about the objectives of the mission and the risks associated with it. They can stay in the air for more than 6 hours. Experienced pilots opened fire on enemy positions. They are ready to do their job and protect their soldiers on the ground. The VKS crews successfully returned to the base and proved their bravery in the face of great danger. They served their country, and for this they will always be remembered. The first units of the Russian Special Forces began to move. They were involved in a special military operation. The task is to advance to the regions of Donbass. The forces included well-trained and experienced soldiers of the Russian Army, Air Force, and Navy of Russia. They are accompanied by armored vehicles and heavy artillery. This is the first time in recent decades that Russian troops have been deployed in this way. The whole operation is shrouded in mystery. As they moved into the region, they did not encounter fierce resistance from the local militia. Russian troops are advancing. The operation was a reminder of the strength and resilience of the Russian army and sent a convincing signal to the world that Russia is a power to be reckoned with. Donbass, that their struggle for freedom and self-determination will not remain without resistance. Heavy vehicles, armored vehicles, trucks. From the air, ground columns are covered by helicopters. Destroyed checkpoints are visible, weapons abandoned by Ukrainian battalions, including new ones recently received from the West. During the military operation, units of the armed forces of the Russian Federation are advancing in the Kiev region. The Russian military overcome the river by a pontoon ferry, which was built by military engineers. Traffic controllers help heavy cars to pass. The bridge, which was probably destroyed during the retreat of the Ukrainian security forces. The bridge was an important part of the city, connecting the two sides to each other. The city was cut off from the rest of the world. The Ukrainian military damaged the bridge to slow down the advance of enemy troops. Russian servicemen took control of the military base of the armed forces of Ukraine near the village of Radinsk, Kherson region. The Ukrainian military hastily left their positions, leaving the base with equipment, weapons, and ammunition. Among the trophies found at the base are Ukrainian T-64 and TE tanks, armored personnel carriers, infantry fighting vehicles, Ural cars, an ammunition depot, including mines, anti-tank guided missiles, mortar and tank shells, more than 4.5 thousand tons of ammunition, rocket shells for multiple launch rocket systems, as well as mortar ammunition and high explosive shells were found. Presumably, various units were trained here: Marines, sappers, signalmen, tankers, and gunners. The base could accommodate about 4,000 fighters. Russian sappers are examining the territory to eliminate the mine danger. Equipment and weapons have been sent to a special storage base. The Russian army is taking measures to ensure the safety of the civilian population of Ukraine. At the same time, it continues to target the infrastructure of the armed forces of Ukraine and carry out an operation to prevent the spread of disinformation. The heads of the DNR and LNR appealed to Russian President Vladimir Putin with a request to help repel aggression of Ukraine to prevent a humanitarian catastrophe and civilian casualties. The head of Russia addressed the nation and announced the beginning of a special operation to protect Donbass. Putin pointed out that the purpose of the operation is the demilitarization and denazification of Ukraine.